Uncle side.
He just take out one piece of paper. I'll make the picture and give it.
Ball boys, go to location.
Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the MK football turf right here in Korg as we enter yet another day in the All India Sainik Schools Intergroup Football Tournament 2026. After a very, very exciting first couple of days, it is time to resume the action in the under 15 sub-junior category as Ambikapur get ready to take on Imphal in a few moments' time then. Well, this could be an interesting fixture, this one. Ambikapur have loads of potential. So you see they're in the red kits. They've done decently well throughout this tournament. They're going to have quite a bit of a challenge in Imphal. The boys over from northeast India, they've come to play right here in Korg. This could be, and it has the potential to be, one of the best games of this tournament. As Ambikapur's captain, Chandel's won the toss. I think he's chosen to take the side, which means it'll be Imphal who start us off. In this football game, players will get themselves ready, do a couple of warm-ups before they're ready to go. But this tournament has been promising so far. We've seen a whole lot of close games. We've seen a lot of tactical masterclasses then between a lot of the teams in this tournament. More than that, it's a great way to develop the young footballers in this country and also give them opportunities to be professional footballers one day who will hopefully represent India. But these players are put into the fire as of now. They are having to play in some tough conditions. Don't even know if you can see it very well, but it's raining quite heavily out here at the MK football turf ground. That's a layer of difficulty right there. And another layer of difficulty, the fact that they're playing on turf. Football's meant to be played on natural grass. Turf obviously throws in a bit of a curveball to both these teams. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how these teams negotiate these difficult playing conditions. And don't have to wait for long as Imphal get us going in this football game. The clock starts ticking, 30 minutes in each half. And we are officially underway here at Korg. Team in blue had the ball to start, but Ambikapur take it away. They're not able to do much with their possession. So the ball goes back to Imphal. Both these teams looking to be aggressive. It's Ambikapur really aggressive, throwing it into the box. The touch, not good enough to get into the goal. Good goalkeeping from Imphal's goalkeeper right there. They really, really needed to make the save. Conceding the goal this early could prove to be detrimental to the confidence of these players. Imphal really needed that save right there to keep them, well, make sure that their confidence is still high. Now they can maybe go for a goal. They're having numbers at the front. They still have possession. But Ambikapur do well to take it away. But only momentarily. Imphal have it back and they're in a good position. They've got to win the physical battle though in order to have a chance. On the left side, I think it's gone out the ball. Not necessarily, but it should be a goal kick for SSAP. So the first goal kick of the game for Ambikapur. Seemed like Imphal could launch an attack there. Seemed like they were dangerous for very little moment in time, but just not enough physicality to drive the ball forwards in these conditions, to really put yourself in a goal-scoring position. A goal kick from Ambikapur. Taken quite short, and I think a handball's been called by the referee, so will be a free kick for the team in red. Who I've got to say, done well to start their defence, has showed in these first 2 minutes, but also the kind of opportunity that they had in the first 45 seconds of this game shows what they're capable of as well. So if they can keep it going, maybe if they can keep piling the pressure on Imphal right now, we could see a goal pretty early on, but a team in blue not being rattled by that early opportunity for Ambikapur. Now it's their turn to come forwards on the left flank, playing it into the box. There's nobody there to receive the pass. I think that will be a corner. That is a corner for Imphal. First corner of the game goes the way of the team in blue. Now it will be the first proper set piece of the game as well. Here it comes, launched quite wide. Not really fully at the goal. So the ball goes out. Still be SSI's ball. Definitely a good goal-scoring opportunity from the corner. They almost found the right man. It's just that the corner was way too off direction, if you will. I don't think there's too much damage done with the throw, and at least as of now, ball's cleared out by SSAP. Ball still thereabout though for SSI Imphal. Throw an opportunity, doesn't go their way. Get the ball back, but they have been pushed back a considerable amount. I think that's affected them a little bit there, as it'll be a goal kick for Ambikapur. So far, both teams have shown aggressive intent. It was Ambikapur early on, and now a lot of part of these first 5 minutes, it has been SS Imphal who've had majority of the possession. As they try to play it forward, it's got to be a running race to see who gets to the ball first. As the throw-in goes the way, still up in the air, goes the way of SS Imphal, but it's cleared out quite efficiently by SSAP. Imphal, every single time they get close, it just seems as if they're not close enough to scoring a goal. Defense is working pretty nicely as of now for SSAP, but as playing conditions get treacherous, goal scoring and defending both become even more difficult for these players. You can see the rain just pouring down. It's raining cats and dogs here at Korg. This hill country, so rain is very much expected, but this is a whole lot of rain. These players are put to a very, very difficult test. If only one can come out on top. Well, as of now, it's Imphal pushing forwards once again on that left side. Staying on side, crossing the ball in. It's a good cross in, but it's gone just wide. Be a goal kick for SSAP, but boy, oh boy, did Imphal get close to scoring their first. Great opportunity, great run on the left side, not easy to do. Then putting that cross up so beautifully. But it's not enough for the team in blue to score their first. Still get a couple throw-ins to help their chances. Maybe a little bit of confusion. That'll result in the ball going the way of SSAP. Throw-in not executed quite nicely. It goes the way now of Info, but Ambikapur do well to get it back. Team blue, an attempt to play it forwards. I think they might have lost the ball. They'll still have a throw-in opportunity, but there's not much you can do, really. Not a lot of clearing you can do. These types of situations, everything's tight. You don't have too much space, and one misstep can actually lead. Going to cascade into a whole frenzy of mistakes as Imphal from the throw-in make their way into the box. After going into the box, they've managed to find their first. A team in blue, well, they might be small, but they are capable. You take another look at this, very high throw and they try to head it away there, Ambikapur, but it's just a case of right place, right time. Therefore, SSI, and they score, and they get on the board first. An early breakthrough for the team in blue, but can that now be counted by Ambikapur? The ball's right there, but the finishing, it's not there for Ambikapur, at least not on that occasion. And Imphal do well to take it away from the team in red. And a couple errors you've got to think have led up to that first goal. And it might be two here. Bit too much on that pass for SS Imphal. Prevents them from scoring their second. But you've got to assume that a couple errors, a couple missed kicks have also led to that first goal. That failed header from Ambikapur. Played a decent part in the first goal. But more than the errors, it was SS Imphal's execution, which is to be applauded there. Right place, right time. It's always important in football. I don't know when you're going to get a rebound, and when you get a rebound, you've got to make the most of it. That's what SS Imphal did right there. Ball goes out for a throw-in, and I think it'll be a throw-in to SSI. Indeed, it will be. 10 minutes into this football game, then a third of the way through the first half. And it's currently Ambikapur 0, Imphal 1. And although it was Ambikapur who got a great opportunity to start this game with a goal, they missed it. They've just recently conceded. Goal that's put SS Imphal at the front. They're going to get another opportunity now, SSI, in the form of a corner to double their lead. And at this point, 2 goals could be huge for the team in blue. Here it comes. Here's the corner kick. It's gone quite long. The header goes high above the goalpost. Not a bad attempt that. The corner did find the right player. I think that's a positive that SSI should take from that attacking opportunity, although they didn't score. But now they've got to focus a bit more on defense as here come SSAP driving down on the right side. Can they keep a hold of the ball? Yes, they can. The cross finds the right man who's got space to shoot. Think the ball was wide anyways, but it's saved by the goalkeeper. Don't quite think the shot was on target, but if you're a goalkeeper, you did not want to take any second guesses. You want to be absolutely sure of what you do. And in my opinion, that is the right decision. Just recover it, although it was going wide by the goalkeeper. Now, I think Ambikapur realizing the fact that they're down a goal with time slipping away. They're trying to throw in a few more attacks to maybe force a defensive error from Imphal, but it's currently Imphal who are attacking the goal. Shot taken goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for the team in red, but or no, it will be a corner for the team in blue. So the third corner of this game and a third corner for SSI. Last one from number 6 was quite good. Previous corner was quite nice. Let's see how this one goes. Here it comes. Launched in, similar distance, headed away. Think it went straight to SSI, but they weren't able to do much with it. Now as the ball goes the way of SSAP. Seems as if they can't do much as well as the ball goes the way of SSI. Lots of action on both halves of this football pitch. The rain seems to have reduced in intensity. Still a whole lot of intensity in this football game. Leads only 1-0. There's still about 45 minutes, a little over 46 minutes right now to play in the overall football game. As I mentioned earlier, 30-minute halves for the sub-junior category, meaning 60 minutes overall. And a 1-goal lead is never, ever safe in this tournament. We've observed it multiple times. Teams coming back, equalizing, teams really putting the foot down. Finding an equalizer, even finding a winning goal at times. So just because they're 1-0 down, Ambikapur doesn't mean that they're out of this game. Not yet, at least. So I think there was a handball there, not called by the referee, so we'll play on. Ball's launched all the way over to the right side. Got to be tough to control for Ambikapur in there. Forced off possession. They do manage to get it back. Ball's now in the penalty box. Can SSI make the clearance? Not quite. The shot taken. Right place, right time. And yes, right place, right time indeed for SSAP. They get on the board themselves, find the equalizer, and tie things up at 1-1. Let's see this again. A failed clearance from SSI. The first shot taken wasn't that nice, but the second shot from number 5 got past the defender, not back the defender, and got past the goalkeeper too. And that is the equalizer for Ambikapur. They were just starting to attack. They were just starting to put a whole lot of pressure on SS Imphal. And there we go. There's the outcome. Like I said earlier, sometimes all you got to do is force the defense to make an error. The ball goes out for a goal kick. That's exactly what Ambikapur did there. Putting heaps of pressure, contesting for the ball. Contesting for the ball, even though it didn't seem like it would go their way, and it results in them scoring their first goal as well. But in order to win this game, they've got to minimize the errors. They've got to minimize instances like that. Ball went straight to SS Info. He could have honestly done a bit more there. Shot it straight at goal, went a little high, but most certainly, Ambikapur, they've gotten away with it on this occasion. Can't do more of that. Otherwise, it will result in a second goal for SS Info, as once again, another turnover. A lot of shots taken by SSI, leading to a goal kick for Ambikapur. Team in red there, done quite well offensively, not going to lie. They've gone where they needed to on multiple occasions. It's just the defense that's got to improve from them, because they've conceding way too many opportunities of errors. Do well this time round, but the clearance once again off its mark had almost allowed SS Info to get back to it. Matter of fact, SS Info do get the ball back, but it's called a foul by the referee, so it'll be a free kick for SSAP. The sun starts shining once again here at Korg. At the moment, it's shining on SSAP. They've managed to find the equalizer and managed to give themselves, I'm pretty sure, a ton load of confidence to continue to play the ball forwards. And there we go, another defensive error. They've gotten the ball back, but they only had it momentarily. Good defense from SS High. Up until that 15-minute, the defense was actually holding up pretty well for SSI. They didn't allow too many opportunities for Ambikapur. But after the 15-minute mark, things did start to get a little out of order for the team in blue, and it's sort of giving Ambikapur opportunities to score goals. Ball's played in once more on the left side. It's cleared out by SSI. And once again, be a throw-in for SSAP. They're going to go for it. Quite long, launched into the box. But it's cleared quite nicely by SSI. And that'll surely be a foul there in favor of Info. The free kick will go the way. Free kick will go the way of the team in blue. Well, at this point, you've got to assume that SSI, they need some sort of attack to break the momentum that Ambikapur are having, and that could be that. The goalkeeper makes a tiny error, all out of position. Manages to somehow get it recovered. Could have gone down south very easily on that occasion for SSAP, but once again, team in red getting lucky. Obviously, in these conditions, it's tough to hold on to the ball. It's been raining for a long time. The gloves are drenched in rainwater, making them less sticky. So collecting the ball is definitely going to be a problem for both the goalkeepers, I'd assume, as the game progresses on. But Info there, maybe that's the attack that they needed to sort of break the momentum of Ambikapur, because Ambikapur, in the last 5, 6, 7 minutes, they've done quite well in terms of attacking. They became a whole lot more aggressive, and even after they found the equalizer, they managed to continue to play hard. That sort of allowed a little momentum swing in favor of the team in red, and all Imphal need to do right now is they have to break it. They won't care if it comes in the form of a goal or a really, really good attack, a set piece, whatever it may be. Something has to break the momentum flow of SSAP if Imphal are going to have a chance of scoring another in this first half. So we haven't got long to go now in this first half, just a little under 8 minutes plus stoppage time. The clearance attempt in the form of a header unsuccessful for Ambikapur. So the ball's still with Imphal, but now it's taken away by the team in red, who play it all the way over to the other side. Gets cleared away by Imphal's defense on that occasion. Now that gives the offense a chance to shine. Going all the way to the left side, trying to drive forwards once more. Here's the team in blue. Once again, an unsuccessful attacking opportunity for SSI. He'll give the ball back to Ambikapur in the form of a throw-in, who now can maybe transition a little quicker. Looked like they could, but it's not going to happen for the team in red, but it might happen for the team in blue. Imphal on the other side, trying to go from left. On the left flank. Once again, SSAP's defense stands tall. It prevents the winning goal, at least as of now. So I think a handball once again will go to favor of SSAP. Now the team in red has a chance to get the ball forwards a little bit more freely, and boy, do they have a chance on the right side. They've got to keep a hold of it now. It's a great opportunity, but the defense stands tall. Defense of both these teams have played quite well. They have made a couple errors, but they haven't cascaded into anything too bad as of now, apart from just one goal on both sides. So I can get to the end of this first half. I'd say, as of now, SSAP for me are the winners. They're creating better opportunities. That's why. Because both these teams are having attempts at goal. Both these teams are having shots on target. They're getting down to the penalty box. They're driving down the lane, if you will. Both teams have a goal as well. So it's tough to really decide who wins this first half. And I'm going to have to give it to SAP just because they've had better attacking opportunities. And here's another one for the team in red. The shot taken goes marginally wide. They're going to call it a corner, but that mere inches away from finding the back of the net. And that would have most certainly given SSAP the win in this first half. Not the win in the entire game, the first half. But unfortunately for the team in red, barely missed the goal. They'll get another corner opportunity though. Here it comes, launched in by number 7. The header, saved by the goalkeeper. What a brilliant save by the goalkeeper on that occasion. And he's given life to this Imphal team. Ball goes out for an Ambikapur throwing on the other side. But oh my days, were SSAP just mere inches away from finding the leading goal. First off, the ball went wide of the goalpost, just wide of the goalpost, and then with the corner. Brilliant save from SS Imphal's goalkeeper. But can They stopped the momentum flow by taking over possession and creating an opportunity. As of now, the answer is no. In fact, they've conceded possession and they're allowing Ambikapur to drive down once again. I think he might have been offside there, the attacker anyways. But I don't think it'll count. It's touched the goalkeeper. And it's a goal. SSAP, what a comeback in this first half. Or is it? No, it's not. Unfortunately, if you were jumping in your seat being an SSAP fan, I'm sorry, that shot was barely offside. I think maybe if he just started this run a little later, might have been a goal, but got to put that in the past. This time, SSAP, they bury the goal into the back of the net, but still being caught offside. That's just the luck of this team at this point. There seems to be a player down as well, so definitely some rotten luck for the team in red. Nearing the end of this first half, just 2 minutes to go. All we can hope for is that the player's all right, ready to go, because it is a turf pitch. The last thing you want to see is an injury on turf. I think they might have hit their heads, though. Couldn't quite exactly see what happened there, but I think they might have made contact. Both players down on their feet. So a couple ice packs and some water later, we are ready to go. And before we resume, just look at this. This is where these lads are playing football. Beautiful scenery, green spaces, loads of trees, bushes throughout this stadium. It is honestly one of the most beautiful places in the entirety of South India, let alone maybe even India. You could say Korg. Hill stations always tend to look mighty impressive. Honestly, come with the rain, I don't think players should be too concerned about the rain. I think they should just take it all in. You're playing in one of the most beautiful parts of India. I think even if you lose the intensity of the game, you've got to remember that. But winning will be important for both these teams, and it'll most certainly be important to SS Imphal. So top taken goes wide for a corner for the team in blue. Or not a corner. It will be a corner for the team in blue. We've reached the 30-minute mark in this football game, which means we've almost reached the end of the first half. As the corner kick goes up, definitely the worst corner of the day. We've seen very good corners today. Corner taking's been great throughout. Haven't seen a goal from a corner, but they have been good from both these teams. That one, however, was on the worst side, but Imphal still have a chance to shoot, and it goes. Well, it's actually blocked by the defense. They get it back, though, on the right side. They're surely going to have to play it back. There was just way too much crowding near the box. I think there was ever an opportunity there. The ball somehow stays in play. And now it goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Well, in terms of added time, I don't really think there'll be too many minutes of added time. Haven't had too many stoppages. This game, apart from that injury break a couple minutes ago. So throw and take and headed away. I think this time, number 13 there barely made contact with the ball, and that'll give possession back to SS Info. I always like to say that the worst times to score to concede goals, worst times to concede goals in a football game are towards the end of halftime and the end of full time, because that's when your confidence really starts to drip, starts to get away from you. But neither team will have to experience such a fate as the ref blows the whistle indicating halftime. It's been an exciting half to watch. Loads of attacking opportunities. We've even had goals, but at the end of it, we can't quite get a clear winner as the scoreline remains tight. So heading into halftime, the score is Ambikapur 1, Imphal also 1. Welcome back, everybody, to the second half coverage. The game between Ambikapur and Imphal in the 2026 All India Sainik Schools Intergroup Football Tournament. Well, so far this game has been very interesting. It's had its ups and downs. SSAP, they got a really good opening opportunity. They weren't able to convert as the ball goes to the other side here. Imphal try to get the early breakthrough. Not quite. Deja vu here at Korg. SSAP, they had a similar attacking opportunity in the first half on that very end. They weren't able to finish it off. Similar stuff from SSI. Almost the exact same thing there. It's hard to believe. The scoreline does remain 1-1. Seems as if SSI had put all their heavy baggage behind them, and now they're starting to play with a little bit more freedom. The rain has certainly stopped, so that could also be a factor for SSI. But like I was saying, the summary of the first half, SSAP had a great start. They got a great attacking opportunity, didn't quite make the best use of it. Then it was all about SSM. They were constantly on possession. They ended up scoring the first goal of the game. But just as we hit this 15-minute mark, SSAP, they managed to equalize, bring things back level. Has been level ever since. But Imphal, driving down the right side, might look to change that now. They've got a good attacking opportunity, but the defense stands stout on this occasion. I think that will be a goal kick for, or not a goal kick, it's called a corner in favor of SS Imphal. First corner of the second half goes the way of SSI, just like it did in the first half, but can the team in blue convert? Seen a lot of good corners. This one's good too, and it's in! In for the second. I was about to say that the corners that we've seen, world class, but none of them managed to go in and find the back of the net. But this one has done exactly that. A beautiful corner and a beautiful header to cap it off. Got above everybody else. The defenders, I don't really know what they were doing there. They were just standing around, it seems. Looking at the ball fly past them. And less than 3 minutes into this second half, it is SS Imphal who managed to take the lead back from SSAP. They lead 2-1. A foul throw here from Imphal might allow SSAP to do some damage. It's a small error, but it could go a long way. Good first touch from number 12. But he tried to get it away. Wasn't able to do so. Still have a throw in. Very nearly a corner. But it's definitely good to see a corner fall. So many corners in this game. They just deserved to go in. They just couldn't. The finishing all on point, but there was always some error, some save that prevented it from going in. But this time, as his Imphal managed to find the back of the net with the corner kick. And now they're going for more. They're trying to double their lead. Maybe a bit too much on that pass. Or maybe not there. Another defensive error allows Imphal to push on. If they cross it back in, it'll be a corner. A corner from the right side. So another opportunity for SS Imphal. I reckon they're putting a little bit too much on their corners as of now, on their passes as of now, SS Imphal. They've earned a corner, and here it comes, launched in, almost. Found the header. Shot taken, cleared. Cleared on the goal line. Ball still there for SSI. The shot taken goes high and goes above the goalpost for a goal kick. A really nervy start from SSAP. They've conceded possession and they've given SS Imphal another chance here. Sub kick take is slipped. That gives SSI another chance to score. Ball still there or thereabout for the team in blue. So now they try to play it over to the right side. Intercepted by SSAP now. Intercepted by SSI. The ball's still there for the team in blue. But it's finally cleared away. Or is it? Now it's cleared away. One thing that I mentioned earlier in the first half was that in order for either of these teams to win this game, the errors have got to stop. And the errors most certainly have not stopped for SSAP. They finished the first half on a high note. They scored the last goal of the half. They kept getting closer and closer and closer to scoring. That 3 or 4 great attacking opportunities, but they weren't able to put them into the back of the net. This was after they scored their first goal. Now, I guess SSI, they've managed to put those little scares behind them, and now they've scored. They've got the lead. And they've got potential to double it right here. But a tight defense being played by SSAP almost. Well, it takes the ball away from SSI. And now Ambikapur surely have a chance. It's a 5v2 situation. Always tough to win those, as a foul, I think, is called in favor of SSI. So it'll be a free kick for the team in blue. There seems to be an injury on the other side. One of the Imphal attackers. Seems to be all right, ready to go. Maybe just a bruise there, nothing too serious. Still stay in the game. Talking about people staying in the game. SSAP, they're going to sub on Deepesh. Maybe change their fates of scoring, but more than anything right now, SSAP, they've got to focus on getting a goal. They've got to focus on applying pressure. The goalkeeper ran, I think, a little late there. Still managed to get to the ball first. An art of goalkeeping is trusting your instincts, knowing when to run and when not to run, knowing where to dive, predicting where the shot's going to go. This is all art of being a goalkeeper. Because a lot of the time, the shots are going to come with a lot of fury. A pass is going to be tough to judge. It's all about trusting your instinct. And that could lead to scoring or saving goals, I should say. Talking about saving goals, SSAP did not put them in a position. Did not put themselves in a good position. They'll get away with it once again. It's just these tiny, tiny errors that are allowing for SS Imphal to actually stay in this game, to take over the lead, and to actually prevent Ambikapur from having any goals to goal. Because so far, SS Ambikapur have not had a proper attack at goal in the second half. And for a team that was creating opportunities, that 2 shots on target, left, right, and center in the first half, that speaks volumes right there. The team in red, they don't want to say that well. They'll look to change their fate. They currently have possession, but SS Imphal once again stout on the defense. making sure that Ambikapur have zero momentum. Throw-in taken goes out once again for another throw-in for SSAP. Ambikapur have about 20 minutes now to work some magic out to find that all-important equalizer. They're in that position once again, the team in red. This time, though, the throw-in will go the way of SSI. Imphal with the throw-in. It's not great. I think, anyways, that was a foul throw. So Ambikapur will have a throw-in. Piyush might to take it. I think there might have been an injury there. This is not good for Imphal. This is not what you'd want to see. There was a teammate collision. Think the stud hit the face, and that could be a serious injury right there. See that he's extremely apologetic at the moment. Of course, he didn't mean to do it. Just an accident, but whenever things like these happen, they tend to get a little serious. So just hoping and praying here, thoughts and prayers. Fernando just gone down. He's back up on his feet, which is good to see. Medics are off the pitch. I think it should still be SSI ball. They're the ones who touched it last before the ref stopped the play. And they'll kick it all the way over to the other side then. So the drought of attacks for SSAP continues as Imphal once again get on possession. Play it to the right side. There's a dog on the pitch. We won't mind that. We'll play on. Not the first time the dog's been a stalker. The streaker onto the pitch. And that actually might have helped SSI. I don't know, but a class shot from player number 8 there. SS Imphal just completely on top. Let's take another look at this. Number 8 was able to get to the ball just inside the penalty box. But that was a team goal. Good effort from SS Imphal. They increased their lead to 3-1. And Ambikapur might have just passed the point of no return. We've still got 17 minutes to go, plus stoppage time, but the amount of momentum that Imphal have right now, the way that they're able to play, not conceding a single opportunity the second half, says a lot. Well, this could be an opportunity, though, for SSAP on the outside the penalty box. But it won't. Ball's pushed back once more. There's not much going now for the team in red. Just seems as if everything's gone the way of SS Imphal ever since referee started proceedings in the second half. One thing that SS Imphal have struggled with, though, that's not only in the second half, that's throughout this game, is foul throws. We've seen a lot of throw-ins being turned over by SS Imphal. I think that's the third consecutive throw-in or something that SS Imphal have turned over to Ambikapur. So if they do want to end up winning this tournament, they're winning this game right now. And they have high odds of going on to win this game even. But if they want to win this tournament, that element has to improve. They've got to get better throw-ins. But the attacks so far, don't think they need too much improving. Maybe the first touches do, though. Had the momentum there. Maybe could have been a little better offensively. They'll take another shot at goal. Saved by the goalkeeper. Let's take another look at this. That was a rocket sent to the goal. Barely off its mark. But SS Imphal, they have put their foot to the floor, and it doesn't seem like they're backing down at any moment. Here comes the corner kick. There's another good corner launched in. The goalkeeper doesn't manage to save it. But the shot taken goes wide once again for SS Imphal. It will be a corner. But that had to have gone in there. Another good corner. The corner taking has been impeccable from SS Imphal. And here we go again. This one launched deep, maybe a little too deep. Team in blue do still have the ball. They cross it in. The shot, no, it doesn't come around for SS Imphal. Couple of nasty errors. But even still, the team in blue will get yet another corner. Corners galore for SSI here at MK Football Turf Ground. The corner taking's been really good. Let's see. What about this one? Just barely sails past everyone's head. At this time, it'll be a throw-in for SSAP. Ambikapur finally, were able to get back on the ball. Or at least they should be with that throw-in. But nope, that is not the case. SS Imphal are doing almost everything they need to do as of now on the offensive end, and they're literally doing everything that they need to do on the defensive end in order to prevent SSAP from scoring another goal. Even if SSAP or Ambikapur, they do end up scoring another goal, it'll be 2-3, which means they still need to find another one to get the equalizer. As here we go once more. The free kick launched a long way to the other side, but just once again, not being able to find the right man. They'll go out for a goal kick. That brings me to another point. Make do with what you got. SSAP had multiple attacking opportunities in the first half. Imphal's defense wasn't too great. They were applying a lot of pressure with having the momentum. I've just got to assume if one of those opportunities had actually gone in, one more opportunity, I should say, had actually gone in, how different would the scoreline have looked? Would SS Imphal been able to get to 3 goals? That's a question we'll never know the answer to. One question that we will know the answer to is, can SSI get there before we hit the 50-minute mark? Well, as of now, it's the answer still no, but they've still got a minute to work that one out. As we've got about 11 minutes plus stoppage time left to play in this game. As Imphal take it away. They're still outside the penalty box. They've been good from there. Pushed off, no foul from the referee. The shot taken into the back of the net. And I said earlier, could SS Imphal get their 4th before the 50th? And the answer to that question is yes. And let's take a look at this beautiful goal once more. Playing it once again outside the penalty box. But it was positioned so meticulously, so perfectly, that it managed to not only get past the goalkeeper, but go quite high in order to prevent anybody else from sort of blocking that goal. They've established now a 3-goal advantage at the front, and they're going for more. They've gotten the ball back from SSAP. The shot taken goes wide. Way wide to the right. We've hit the 15-minute mark, which means we've got 10 minutes plus stoppage time to play. And what looked to be an incredibly close encounter to start is starting to look a whole lot more one-sided right now. One-sided in favor of SS Info. Well, SSAP, they'll get a free kick right here. And surely, in order to get back in this game, SSAP, they have got to find a goal in the next 5 minutes. At least one in order to secure points today. But overall, great football played by SSI. They were hindered quite early on by SSAP, who seemed to me, after the first minute of football, like the better team. But definitely, first minute of the game does not decide the outcome of the game. It's how the team plays throughout the football game that decides the outcome. And my God, have SSI really played some beautiful football today. Rainy conditions to start. The rain has died down. I think the rain just not pouring down anymore might have also helped SS Info score more goals. Maybe they're a little bit more confident now playing in these conditions. I don't know, but there's something that's clicked for SS Info in the second half, and that is what's led to them finding 3 more goals and conceding 0 opportunities to SSAP in this entire half. Ball goes out, will be a throw-in for SSI. Let's see this time, can they get a throw-in right? Don't really think you could take any other throw-in. I think there's any other way to take a throw-in, but at least they're successful on that occasion. They're unsuccessful, however, in keeping possession, as they give the ball back to SSAP, who trying basically everything they can. They're in the box, but they're dislodged off possession. Not being given an inch whatsoever. Here, SSAP will go back to the other side, I think, for a foul kick, for a free kick. Here it comes from SS Info. A long way to the right side. When it lands, it will go the way of SSAP. Ambikapur. Well, just because the scoreline says 1-4 doesn't mean that they haven't played good football. They have played some impressive football. Ambikapur, especially in the first half, creating multiple opportunities, getting down the lane, playing some good defense. It just wasn't enough for them in the second half. Just wasn't enough for the team in red. As SS Info have another go at goal, maybe. Play it down the middle. Or it doesn't go their way. Now SSAP take the ball away. At the halfway line right now, both these teams. But SSI just making sure that they get this win in a comfortable manner. They're going to push forwards one more time in order to get their 5th. And if they do get their 5th, you've got to assume that that 5th goal will be the dagger that sends SSI Well, it doesn't send them through to the playoffs just yet, but give them a whole lot more confidence and a whole lot more goal differential to have a chance. The team in blue still have possession. Not quite, but we've hit the 55-minute mark, which means we've got 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. SSI still going for their fifth, which is good to see. Because oftentimes when teams are having the lead, they'll back down. They won't really attack too much. They'll wait for the offense and the other team to come to the good. And they'll sort of work things out defensively, because playing 100% defense is a lot less riskier than playing 50% offense, 50% defense, or any other ratio, essentially. But SSI, they've done well. They played 50-50. They're playing 50-50, which is a riskier option, but they are not conceding right now. In fact, they're taking shots at goal and they'll find their fifth. Surely now the game's put to bed, if it already wasn't. But we have seen a few bangers this game. We'll take another look at our goal. Surely this is beautiful. Playing it forward. First of all, it's a great pass, threading the needle there. Number 7 cuts across, shoots the shots past the goalkeeper. I think he might have side netted it too. Overall, just some beautiful stuff from SS Imphal, showing us why they have got potential and they've got basically all it takes to be crowned champions this year. The All India Sainik Schools Intergroup Football Tournament. Taking shots from outside the box is really, really tough to do. Executing them is even harder. As you can see there, example. That was a good shot from SSAP. I think that's their first shot on target the entire half. But guess what? It goes straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. It is so incredibly difficult to time that shot anywhere apart from the goalkeeper. That's why direct free kicks and long ranges are really, really tough in football. And that's why you don't see too many of them. But I think we've seen, 3 long range goals from SS Imphal, 2 of them. And guess what? They're not done yet. They're going for 6 right now, the team in blue. Side defense being played by SSAP prevents a goal as of now. But it'll still be a throw-in for SS Imphal, who've established dominance in a game which didn't look so dominant entering the second half. But if you potentially look at where it's gone wrong for SSAP, you could argue that there are a lot of things. Once again, their offense has just not fired in the second half. It's just been stagnant. They've been forced to stay on the defensive end. Not only did that prevent them from scoring goals, but it also made them concede goals. They're put under multitude of pressure by SS Imphal. But overall, there's just some tiny errors here and there that's prevented SSAP from actually getting down to the other side, getting into the other half and really creating better opportunities. That hasn't happened for them in the second half. And also, along with that, you've also got to think that the opportunities that did come around for SSAP, they weren't really able to make the best use of. Some positions, the goalkeeper was out of position. Some instances, they were a few inches from scoring a goal. If those opportunities got in, I'd reckon the scoreline would look completely different. In fact, this scoreline would be most certainly impossible to achieve. Even the other way around, in my opinion. That's just now not how it's gone. It's gone the way of SS Imphal, but there is a lot to be learned for both these teams in this game as we reach the 60-minute mark. However, the referee does not give the players any extra time to play. He knows the result and he knows the game's over. What a performance from SS Info. They have taken this game and they've taken this tournament by storm. And they've managed to defeat TV Red Ambikapur by a convincing margin. So the scoreline at full time then, ladies and gentlemen, is Ambikapur 1, Imphal 5.